Hello, this is Anvati. Welcome to the news with NDTV. It's Wednesday, June 11th, and coming up in today's episode, how the contract killing unfolded in Meghalaya in Raja Raghuvanshi murder case. New pay per kilometre with Fastag and cameras policy soon reveals sources. Chief Justice BR Gavai's brutal truth of caste speech at Oxford. And Trump deploys Marines to Los Angeles. California moves to court to block action. NDTV has learned from reliable sources that Sonam Raghuvanshi has confessed to killing her husband Raja Raghuvanshi during their honeymoon in Meghalaya. Please note that usually a confession given to police does not account for in court unless it is recorded in front of a magistrate. There have been many instances in the past where people have confessed in front of the police but changed their tune in front of the magistrate or the courts. The police, however, believe they have enough evidence to tie Sonam and Raja to the murder's spot, NDTV has learned. This is the same evidence on basis of which police apprehended her in the first place. So given the confession and the evidence, it can be concluded that Raja Raghuvanshi murder case has been blown open beyond doubt. In fact, Sonam's brother Govind reached the Raghuvanshi residence to show his support to the bereaved family and claimed he only stands with Raja Raghuvanshi's family. It is already known that Sonam's family have almost disowned her and want the harshest punishment, including hanging till death, for her. Govind also said, quote, "No apology will ever be enough, but I apologize to the family." He also apologized to the government of Meghalaya and claimed that if he had any idea, he would have saved Raja. According to Govind, the alleged romantic partner of Sonam, Raj Kushwaha, worked for the family for the last 2 to 3 years, and Sonam was interested in him since this time. Reminder that earlier in the day, NDTV learnt of an alleged warning from Sonam to her mother over this forced marriage. In his statement, Raja's elder brother Vipin said Sonam had told her mother about her affair with Raj, who was an employee at the family's business, but her mother objected to the relationship. Vipin alleged that Sonam agreed to compromise and marry Raja but warned of consequences. She said, and I am quoting, "You will see what I do to that person. You all will have to bear the consequences," unquote. However, the source said that no one actually ever thought she would go and do something like killing Raja. Raja and Sonam got married on May 11th in Indore. 10 days later, they departed for their honeymoon in Meghalaya. By May 23rd, both had gone missing. Raja's body was discovered on June 2nd in a gorge in East Khasi Hills. Sonam surfaced in Uttar Pradesh's Ghazipur on 8th of June, claiming to be unwell. She surrendered to local police and was placed under arrest. According to the Special Investigation Team, or SIT, probing the case, 3 hired men, Akash, Anand, and Vikash, travel from Indore to Shillong in phases to avoid any direction. Among the clues that police have is a shirt belonging to Vikash that has been matched with Raja's. So it is concluded that Vikash was present at the murder spot when Raja was murdered because, of course, there's blood on his t-shirt. Second, Sonam's raincoat has been taken for study by forensic team. Third, a kukri has been recovered. The same kukri, or a curved sword, is believed to have been used to kill Raja before he was thrown into the gorge. CCTV footage, train tickets, and Aadhaar card photocopies helped confirm their identities and movements to the police. According to the police, Sonam deliberately lagged behind during the trek and gave the killers a cue by shouting, "Kill him." That was when one of the 3 accused allegedly struck Raja with the kukri. The others joined in, attacking his head and torso. Raja was pushed over and dragged to a gorge, and we all know the rest. Some reports have been claiming that Sonam, in fact, helped dispose of the body, which was found in the gorge and not on the top of the cliff. The police investigation shall continue till a confession is made in front of the magistrate with proof enough so that the crime is proved beyond a reasonable doubt in courts. The Indian government is preparing to roll out a new nationwide toll policy aimed at making highway travel smoother, faster, and more cost-efficient for drivers. Sources say that the new system will rely heavily on Fastags and high-resolution cameras, which will be set up at every toll point across the country. These cameras will automatically capture a vehicle's number plate, and the toll amount will be directly debited from the owner's Fastag-linked bank account. In a significant change from the current policy, tolls will now be charged based on the actual distance traveled on expressways or national highways, rather than a flat fee. At present, road users are required to pay a toll for at least 60 kilometers, even if the journey is shorter. The new system, sources say, is designed to be fairer and more economical for frequent travelers. Officials are also planning to make toll collection barrier-free. This means vehicles will no longer have to stop at the toll plazas, cutting down on waiting times and reducing congestion. A long-standing concern for drivers across India. However, there will be penalties for insufficient funds linked in the linked bank accounts. If a driver's Fastag does not have enough balance at the time of deduction, fines may apply. The proposed changes are a part of a wider push to modernize India's highway infrastructure and improve the overall driving experience. A source close to the matter said, with the new kilometre-based toll system, the goal is to offer more transparency and ease for commuters. In a related development, there has also been talk of Fastag annual pass. According to earlier reports, the government is considering offering an unlimited travel pass for a fixed charge of Rs 3,000 per year. This would benefit frequent travellers significantly. However, no official confirmation has been given on when or if the pass will be launched. If implemented, these measures could drastically change how tolls are collected in India, with a shift towards digital automation and efficiency. In a deeply personal and historic address at Oxford University, Chief Justice of India BR Gavai reflected on his journey from a marginalized Dalit background to holding the highest position in India's judiciary, and the role the Constitution played in making it possible. Chief Justice Gavai began by recalling a time when millions in India were labelled untouchables, excluded from society and silenced. Quote, "They were told they were impure. They were told they did not belong. But here we are today, where a person belonging to those very people is speaking openly as the holder of the highest office in the judiciary of the country." Referencing scholar Gayatri Chakravorty's Spivak and her famous essay "Can the Subaltern Speak?", Justice Gavai offered a powerful reflection. "Yes, the subaltern can speak," he said, adding, "and they have been speaking all along. The question is no longer whether they can speak, but whether the society is truly listening." He praised the Indian Constitution as a document that goes beyond law, calling it a feeling, a lifeline, a quiet revolution etched in ink. He added that for him, the Constitution has been guiding force throughout his journey, from attending a municipal school to becoming the Chief Justice of India. Chief Justice Gavai described the Constitution as a social and moral text, one that recognizes the harsh realities of caste, exclusion, and inequality, and dares to intervene, recalibrate power, and restore dignity. He noted that most affected by discrimination, Dalit, Adivasi women, minorities, people with disabilities, and even groups one labelled as criminal tribes, were not only subjects of protection but active participants in the making of the Constitution. He said, and I quote, "To be seen in the Constitution was to be seen by the nation. They sought not charity but a rightful place in democracy," unquote. Paying a tribute to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Justice Gavai highlighted his belief that true democracy requires social equality, not just political structure. Quoting Baba Sahab Ambedkar's final Constituent Assembly speech, he concluded, quote, "Political democracy cannot last until there lies at the base of its social democracy, liberty, equality, and fraternity must be the way of life." An emergency curfew has been imposed in downtown Los Angeles as protests linked to federal immigration raids continue for a fifth consecutive day. The city remains tense following the arrival of hundreds of U.S. Marines deployed on the orders of President Donald Trump, despite strong objections from California state leadership. The curfew announced by Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass will run from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. local time and is expected to stay in effect for several days. LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell confirmed that exemptions would apply to residents within the area, emergency workers, credentialed media, and the unhoused. Anyone found in violation may face arrest. Chief McDonnell said the curfew is aimed at protecting lives and property following escalating violence and looting in the parts of the city, including attacks on businesses and traffic disruptions. The unrest began after federal authorities launched widespread immigration raids on Friday, sparking anger and solidarity protests. Demonstrators have waved foreign flags, including Mexico's, outside detention centers where migrants are reportedly being held. President Trump, speaking at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, defended the military deployment, saying generations of Army heroes did not shed their blood on distant shores, only to watch our country be destroyed by invasion and third world lawlessness. He called the protest in California a full-blown assault on order and sovereignty and declared that his administration would liberate Los Angeles. The president also authorized 4,000 National Guard troops to support local enforcement. However, Governor Gavin Newsom, who Trump has been rather disrespectfully calling Gavin Newscum, and other Democratic leaders have called the deployment unlawful and politically motivated. In a legal filing, Newsom asked a federal court to restrict military personnel to guarding federal facilities only, citing concerns over authoritarian overreach. A hearing is set for Thursday. Meanwhile, protests have spread beyond California. In New York City, thousands marched towards Manhattan, and the NYPD reported a rise in protest-related arrests. Back in Los Angeles, arrests have also surged, from 27 on Saturday to nearly 200 by Tuesday. Tensions remain high as legal and political battles unfold over the president's controversial actions. That's all for today. You were listening to the news with NDTV, your daily newspaper and TV bulletin, wrapped in a compact podcast. If you want to catch up with the day's events in a hurry, do remember to subscribe to the news with NDTV on Apple, Spotify, and the NDTV News app. This is your host Anviti, signing off.